game, we'll be watching the Detroit Pistons as they go up against the Boston Celtics. Taking a look at the Celtics, they've been playing at a high level. It's been a very successful first half of the season for them. When the opportunity to win a ball game has been there for them, they have grabbed it over and over. Already in this new year, we've seen several teams establish themselves as frontrunners. Shaq, how hard will it be for them to keep up the momentum?
Ernie, it's a long season. Injuries, trades, anything can happen. One more long. You just got to take care of your business. The rest takes care of itself.
Well, you know what? Every team does hit a rough patch in a long season. So how you respond is
We're coming at you from the Palace of Auburn Hills in beautiful suburban Detroit as the Pistons prepare to take the floor. Happy holidays, everyone, from all of us at 2K Sports. And do we have a present for you today? With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. And, of course, Brandon Jennings. With him gone, we'll see how they get along.
Kevin, I thought he was really an important player for them, undervalued and not given the credit he deserved. That's not to say the trade was a mistake, but I think they'll miss him more than you might expect.
You know, chemistry-wise, I agree with you, Clark, because he was a glue guy. You know, he's a guy that kind of held things together for them in a few areas, and so not having him around might take some getting used to.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the floor for Boston, Mr. Clutch. He's in at point guard. Howard is out there with Adams. Then it's Jay Crowder, and it's Shumpert in at the two-guard spot. Here's Caldwell Pope. The shot by Wells, no good. And just about a minute into the first quarter. Here's Mr. Clutch, guarded by Jackson. Feeds to Howard. It's deflected and taken away by Johnson. Pass to Wells. He dishes it to Caldwell Pope. Here's Drummond. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. A bit ago, Stan Van Gundy and I were able to chat. These two teams tied through the first 2 games of the season series. I asked him what he thought were some of the keys going into this game and looking to take that lead. He said one of the things they had to account for is the shot blocking they'll face on the defensive interior. Guys, he said, we've got to be elusive. We'll see if they took it to heart.
All right, Doris, thanks. Well, guys, they're thinking mainly about how to tackle the defense they're facing.
And that's got to be the focus. It takes a lot of game planning to come up with ways to put points on the board consistently against these guys.
And we know this coach is very comfortable game planning. He'll have a lot of ideas of how to attack this defense today.
And Caldwell Pope drops them both. Here's Mr. Clutch, guarded by Jackson. Mr. Clutch, the pass to Shumpert. Here's Mr. Clutch. Screen by Howard. Jackson comes over with the double. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. The Celtics shooting their first free throw of the game here. And so he hits the technical free throw. And Boston has possession. They trail by 1. That's good.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Pistons have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Drummond a screen. Floats one up. And it's sent back by Howard. And so the ball out of bounds. Howard touched it last. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Now here's Jackson, guarded closer. Drummond a screen. Out left to the wing. Here's Caldwell Pope. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall. Here's Mr. Clutch. Good on the triple. Mr. Clutch has got 7.
Lights out here, right out of the gate. Perfect 4-4 from the floor.
They set the pick. It's stolen by Adams. Here's Mr. Clutch. Another shot. Shot by Crowder, no good.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Passes it to Caldwell Pope. Drummond a screen. Down low. Here's Wells. It's deflected, and they'll keep possession. And that one's good. Drummond.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Screen by Howard. To the middle. Jumper off the screen. Tries again. Rebound, Detroit. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will happen when a team continues to attack the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated.
And the shot's good from Crowder.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Outside Jackson. He kicks to Johnson. To the right side. Here's Caldwell Pope. And the Pistons getting another bucket right there. The Celtics have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Here's Mr. Clutch. Pops loose off the pick and hammers it home.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
That'll be a Pistons timeout.
It's this simple, guys. No rebound. No breaks. We need to dominate the glass.
Here's Jackson. 17 points for him last game against Oklahoma City. Jackson is doubled. Here's Wells. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Wells has got his first points of the game.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
Here's Jackson. After the basket by Boston. Gets to the rim for two with the D all over him.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job. They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
To the paint. Adams against Drummond. Kicks it out to Johnson. Shot clock at 5. Pistons passing it around. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
So for the Pistons, Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Drummond. Harris comes in for Johnson. And it's Roberson in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Here's Mr. Clutch. He had a 36-point outing in the last game against Toronto.
And how about the job he did rebounding as well, guys? I mean, just a dominant performance on the glass.
That's good.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Pistons trail by 4. Harris outside. The pass to Wells. Right side Jackson. There's the pick. Kicks to Baines. No luck. Now Boston takes it the other way. Their last encounter was in Detroit where they were able to handle the Pistons.
And the deciding factor in that one was their success from the floor. I mean, they just hit big shots time and time again.
Yeah, just the way you want it when you're the road team. Don't even give the fans a chance to get into it.
And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong at attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now. I mean, you can't have the opposing point guard throwing down on you like that.
Here's Mr. Clutch. He's got 13. Can't connect from long distance. The Pistons have gotten 7 of their first 16 field goal attempts to go down here in the first. Jackson kicks to Harris. And it's off the back rim. No good. Here's Mr. Clutch. Pass to Gibbs. He got right to the cup using that screen.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Roberson gets the bucket.
He had to battle for that lay-in. Excellent, tough defense, but he found a way to get it down anyway.
1:46 left to play in the first quarter. An even 3-on-3 break. Dishes to Jackson. Shoots from 14. Good. Now just a 4-point Celtic lead.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
You can just chalk up the points when these guys get to the line. Here are your shooters for the past month. Freak number 1.
And during that time, guys, he's been an absolute dead-eye shooter from the free throw line. His concentration just never wavers.
The Pistons making a change here. Ilyasova's checked in. Celtics also with a sub. Eustace is checked in. Here's Mr. Clutch. He's got 13. Detroit with the ball. Boston leading by 4. And the basket by Gibbs.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling. Off to a very good start offensively as a result.
On the wing, Jackson. Inside, Ilyasova. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Out to the wing. Eustace passes to Carlson. Lets it fly from 18. And it's Boston with another.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
There's a screen. Jackson dishes to Robertson. Plays it up and banks it in. Roberson's got his second basket.
It's almost as if both teams are in a zone.
Well, offensively at least, partner. I mean, neither team's done jack diddly on D.
His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Jackson up top. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. Inside, Baines, the layup off target.
Oh, nice play on D. Got that hand in the face and prevented him there from getting an easy look.
Exactly. Alert and aware. Really reacted quickly to that shot attempt.
Yeah. Boys. Yeah. Hold on.
And a moment now to hear from Steven Adams as he reflects back on a life growing up as the youngest of 18 children back in New Zealand.
So, like, the youngest over there has to do everything, like all chores, pretty much 18 years of being.
Hard to imagine growing up in such a huge family, but it sounds like maybe it prepared him for life in the NBA.
Yeah, got him outside of himself and toughened him up a little bit. No question about that. Wow, 18, that's mind-boggling.
That is amazing.
Yep.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Boston.
Guys, their penetration has been outstanding. I mean, it's actually been great. They're really finding those holes in the defense.
Yeah, also something I like out of them so far, they're throwing their bodies around in the paint, and the physicality is taking its toll.
On the floor for Boston, Mr. Clutch in at point guard. Steven Adams is out there with help. Then there's Iman Shumpert, and it's Eustace in at the 3. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Raptors was simply terrific. He finished with 36 points, and that was just the start of it, notching a triple-double for his effort in what was quite a display from him. Numbers like that make you anxious to see what he can do next time out.
Thanks for the great report, Doris. Guys, the way he carried them that night, I thought was truly incredible.
Unreal. I mean, he was literally on another planet in that game. He did it all on the floor.
What's interesting to me, guys, is to see how much energy he's able to play with here tonight. I mean, his legs still have to be a little heavy from that last game.
Now here's Jackson. Dwight Howard missing his last shot. Johnson right side. That evens the score.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Boston's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Talk about a terrific game for Mr. Clutch. 15 points, and what a game he's had passing the ball, too.
I love the fact that he plays for his teammates, really spreading the ball around, getting everyone involved.
Jay Crowder's checked in for the Celtics. Jackson kicks to Caldwell Pope. Back to Jackson. Here's Drummond, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
It's his first trip to the line. Wells, he's checked in for Detroit. Second free throw, no good. Boston shooting an unbelievable 70%. You won't see a performance like this too often. Here's Mr. Clutch, guarded by Jackson. Jackson comes over with the double. Howard kicks to Crowder. Nice ball movement by Boston. 5 on the clock. The Celtics need to get a shot off. From outside, off the mark.
A clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
Outside Jackson. Johnson, the pass to Drummond. Jackson against Shumpert. The feed now to Johnson. To the left side wing. Caldwell Pope. The rebound by the Celtics. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball.
Yeah, it was a mismatch. I mean, the defense from the start was on its heels practically the entire game.
And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this guy.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
And that one's good. Drummond.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Jackson comes over with the double. Now the dish to Howard. Crowder, the pass to Mr. Clutch. There's a good screen. On the wing, Shumpert. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Shumpert's got his second basket.
And he is the ultimate when it comes to being a floor leader on the offensive end.
Yeah, you know, he's got a little bit of Greg Anthony in it, and he has been that leader today. I think he's done a really nice job of moving the ball and distributing it the way it needs to be done.
Yeah, well, Clark, I'm glad you referenced specifically why you thought he had a little Greg Anthony. I thought you were talking about my knees, my man, because he looked a little hobbled out there for a moment.
Pistons trail by 6.
That'll be a Pistons timeout.
On the defensive end, I want some of you to crash the glass and get control of the ball. The rest of you, leak out so we can get some easy transition points.
And a brief Moment now to see who's atop the NBA scoring-wise. Freak number 1.
And all you have to do is point to his name at the top of that list. Does that tell the story well enough or what? What a season.
Bargnani is checked in for Jackson. Celtics on D. 6-point game. Off the iron that time.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
And he clearly is one of those guys, Greg. We saw it right there. Nice work forcing that miss.
Now here's Shumpert. 20 points for him last game against Toronto. 6 to shoot. There's the pick. To the paint. Here's Adams. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Pistons trail by 7. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession.
And a quick check of the stats for Drummond. The past month has been surreal. 2nd in rebounding, 12th in shooting percentage, and of course, rim protection always at a premium. That's an important part of his game. Top 20 in blocks per.
And again, you know, look what he's done so far this season. Wiping the boards clean. Outstanding effort.
Now Johnson. After Amon Shumpert missed from long range. Here's Caldwell Pope. He's got 9. The 17-footer. It's hauled in by Adams.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
The shot's good for Mr. Clutch.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Now here's Johnson. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Bargnani up top. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Bargnani's got his first 2 points.
Just a major size difference between the defender and shooter on that possession.
And Greg, without a hand in his face, he's simply going to spray whoever's there. Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they're not backing off at all, are they?
And so it's Detroit with the ball. After the basket by Boston. 11 feet away. Rebound Boston. Mr. Clutch has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
They set the pick. To the wing on the left. Crowder, the pass to Mr. Clutch. A three-pointer off the mark. Pistons trail by 10. Here's Caldwell Pope. He's got 9. Right wing. Here's Bargnani. The shot is off. Great D that time for Mr. Clutch. To the inside. Manning. That is good.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on the clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Let's spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Both teams will make substitutions. And the first half comes to a conclusion.
Certainly good numbers from you shooting the ball in the first half. What has been your approach on offense?
been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
Just in attack mode, he was able to get in the lane at will in that first half.
Yeah, it really was aggressive attacking basketball at its finest. I mean, really a lot of fun to watch.
Jackson and Caldwell Pope, the guards. Johnson is out there with Wells, and it's Drummond in at the 5 spot. That's the group starting the second half for Stan Van Gundy. And he gets it to go. And that's now 6 points for Iman Shumpert. Here's Caldwell Pope. There's the pick. Lets it go from 11, and that's good for 2. Caldwell Pope's got 11 points.
I really hope he doesn't try that move again. It worked the one time, but he's not the guy to be working the crossover.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
And Detroit has possession. Following the miss by Freak, count it, and the Celtic lead has been cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Caldwell Pope. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
Yeah, just got to love this teamwork. I mean, everybody's involved and engaged. It's just a thing of beauty to watch.
It is, and Clark, that's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
Now here's Jackson. 7 points in the game, and they double up Jackson. Here's Drummond. That misses, and a chance to tie it there.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
Here's Mr. Clutch. 26 points for him. Howard with a screen on Johnson. It's stolen by Johnson. Inside, fast break, here they come. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
And finally, they fought themselves back to even the score. We've got a new ball game here now.
And really all the momentum is theirs, making such a strong comeback. So I think you've got to really feel good about their chances the rest of the way.
Adams' shot is good.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separation on the scoreboard.
Drummond a screen, picked away. And here we go with Adams. Look at that jam. I mean, just beautiful.
He got this. Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. The Pistons have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. To the middle and stolen by Drummond. An even 3-on-3 break. Outside Jackson. Poked away. And a fast break now for the Celtics. And here they go. Good D by Johnson. Detroit's gone a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game. Jackson with it. Now guarded by Mr. Clutch. Johnson the screen. Feeds to Drummond. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Here's Mr. Clutch, guarded by Jackson. Mr. Clutch, the pass to Adams. Nice ball movement by Boston. Shot clock at 6. They double him with Drummond. Back to Howard. Boston again missing.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Howard's got the game tied up here for the Celtics.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them up. apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Here's Caldwell Pope. 16 points for him. There's a screen. And there's another one for the Pistons.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
Howard with this screen on Jackson. Pass to Howard. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
And he's stroking it well, but he just hasn't shown the aggressiveness that they need out of him. Probably in front by more if he was taking more shots.
Here's Caldwell Pope. 18 points for him. Johnson outside. He feeds it to Drummond. Jackson in the corner. Jackson can't get that one to fall.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
Here's Mr. Clutch, guarded by Jackson. Adams outside. Here's Crowder. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
That's a shot you've got to take if you're looking for the three-pointer. I mean, the defense was nowhere around.
Outside Jackson. Back to Drummond. Outside Jackson. Crowder, the pass to Mr. Clutch. On the wing, Shumpert passes it to Mr. Clutch. Back to Shumpert. The pass to Mr. Clutch. Just 5 on the clock. To the inside and slam dunk by Shumpert.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that. Take a look at what Jackson's been doing. He's got 10 points and 5 assists.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Celtics.
Well, I got to say, one thing that stuck out all game is the consistent penetration they've got.
Yeah, but Clark, the other thing that sticks out for me, the number of assists they've made over the course of this game.
The shot's good for Mr. Clutch.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the tone.
Here's Mr. Clutch. On the floor for Boston. Mr. Clutch, he's in at shooting guard. Adams is out there with Iman Shumpert. And it's Hansen in at the 4 slot.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time. And he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one. That's for sure.
No chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. He would have had to go straight through him, and that's not legal. Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Now Detroit moving it up. Jackson misses. Celtics leading by 3. Pass to Mr. Clutch. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. They swipe it. And it's Harris off the drive to tie it up. And Jackson with the basket on the assist by Harris. 19 points for Reggie Jackson.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture. Clutch.
Here's Mr. Clutch.
Stick it to Clutch.
Here's Carlson. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. And the Celtics lead by 3.
Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Didn't take them long at all, fellas, to get those 3 points back.
Here's Roberson. Wells passes to Harris, and he gets it to go.
And the deeper we get into this game, it seems like the more the offenses are in rhythm.
Without question. I mean, both of these teams are firing on full broadband bandwidth. I mean, full throttle ahead.
And so it's Boston with it. Tobias Harris picking up that last basket. And that one's good.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Drummond a screen. Jackson kicks to Drummond. With the fadeaway. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
The fadeaway was the right shot there because it got his attempt away from the defender, but the touch was poor. I tell you what, you don't want to allow too many of those kinds of baskets with the game on the line.
This is when the defenders really have to protect the basket. You need to be in sync as a unit defensively.
Now here's Drummond to the paint. Here's Harris. And Detroit again with the bucket.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
Down low, Hansen. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Drummond a screen. Jackson is doubled. Out to the wing. Drummond with it. Now defended by Mr. Clutch. That's it, and the Celtic lead is cut down to 3 points. Nice bucket there from Drummond.
That was the third straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
The game's just far too easy right now when it comes to attacking the basket. They have got to do better.
And he gets it to go.
Man, that is not an easy shot right there. I mean, he had to get it off over a much taller defender.
Yeah, he needed to add just a little more loft on that one because of the size mismatch, and he did it perfectly.
And here's Jackson after the three-pointer from Amon Shumpert. Here's Harris, 5 to shoot. A shot, no good. Shumpert with some nice D. Passes it to Mr. Clutch. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Jackson passes to Wells. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got his 7th assist in the game. Over to the left wing. Here's Mr. Clutch. On the wing, Shumpert from past the arc. Rebounded by Jackson. Pistons trail by 4. Here's Roberson. He dishes it to Jackson. Drummond sets the screen for Jackson. To the middle, off the screen. And there's the nice layup by Drummond. Drummond's got 6 here in this quarter.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Celtics passing it around.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
Drummond sets the screen for Jackson. It's stolen by Adams, and pushing it up, here's Boston. Here's Mr. Clutch, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket, and don't let them set up the defense. Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Johnson comes in for Tobias Harris, and it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in for Roberson. Here's Wells. Here's Drummond, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket. Drummond's got 10 points in just the second half. Mr. Clutch, the pass to Crowder. That is good. And the Celtics lead by 7. He's had an off game thus far, but his team has been able to pick up the slack and find a way to get it done here. Drummond a screen. Pass to Wells. Takes it from 10, and it's sent back by Howard. Stolen by Jackson. And now here's Johnson, a fast break chance. Launches the 3. Jackson misses. Celtics leading by 7. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. You're hot, you're hot. And that's certainly been the case for Shumpert. He's got 13 points and the 1 steal. He's shown some flash with his passing and some grit with his board work.
Yeah, not a combination that too many players in our league possess.
Now here's Jackson. He kicks it to Caldwell Pope. Back to Jackson. Johnson outside. Detroit, no good that time either.
The clear look at the hoop, he doesn't miss many of those.
Screen by Howard. To the inside, off the screen, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
And they continue to add to their lead. They might be ready to pull away.
No surprise from my end. I mean, they've been really good, and they're looking even better at this moment.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Well, over the break, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle. He didn't exactly take it easy on them, saying, how much do you want it? Don't tell me. Show me out there. We have to play better. We have to play harder if we're going to come back. Guys?
Now here's Jackson. That one's in there. The Boston lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Drummond.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Here's Mr. Clutch.
Move the ball and stick it to Mike.
Here's the screen. Off the pick. Boom, he jams it straight down. The rim rattler.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
That's straight up Showtime stuff right there, baby. Major highlight reel material.
Now here's Jackson. Kicks to Caldwell Pope. Drummond the screen. Teardrop shot. It's blocked. Here's Mr. Clutch.
And folks, those are hops you just don't see from that one spot every day.
Well, that's why he is such an uncommon talent.
Yep, uncommon and unparalleled. I mean, he makes things happen out there for sure.
Outside Jackson. And it's Drummond with the jam.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
1:14 left in the fourth quarter. To the paint, here's Howard. That's in for his 8th bucket tonight. A hot 8 for 11 shooting so far.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Celtics.
And Clark, we got to see a display of offensive prowess in this one that got it done. High-scoring game.
Well, basket after basket, they were in attack mode all game long.
And so the hard work and effort paying off tonight, putting another win in the books. That'll be win number 27.
With the win tonight, they go up 2-1 in what has become a really intense season series, giving them a slight edge with 1 game still left to play this year against the Pistons.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Mr. Clutch. Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.